like why we look at death videos and why we look at stuff. They say that has something to do with it.
I was watching a video. So there's this guy who I know, who I love on YouTube, named Wang, and he does like great sort of. You like him, Mike? I see you smiling. He's right up your alley.
No, I just heard you talking about how much you love Wang.
I was thinking of that too.
Either way.
Yeah.
Explain that trip to Korea last night.
Yeah.
But he does like, he'll do like kind of short, not really documentaries, but breakdown videos of like internet lore from like years and years ago, like a viral video from way back in the day, and it'll be like
Is that right?
Is what it was. It might be with an H, Troy. You might find it better that way. But
Yeah, this guy's a chef, I think.
Yeah, no, he did a video on the Mr. Hands video.
Oh.
Yeah, that's him. This guy. Yes, and if you go through his channel, he did a video. You remember, of course, you remember the Mr. Hands video.
I know the real story. I did a bit on the real guy. Yeah, I remember.
Yeah, and he goes through. There it is, right there, where it says Mr. Hands with the horsey in there. He's the guy.
Mr. Wang talked about the horse video.
He's the guy who. Second row. There's a horse, and it says Mr. Hands on it. Mr. Hands is the guy who made love to a horse as part of a big.
Horse made love to him.
Yeah, I forgot about that.
Kenneth Pinion.
Yes. Who who revealed his name? Because he was just called Mr. Hands. He worked for Boeing.
Yes.
And he was just called Mr. Hands at first on all the news as they reported it. And some speculated that it's because Boeing didn't want his name getting out there.
Right.
You know who first revealed his name?
I don't.
Tom Likas.
Ah.
Yes, on his radio show.
Kenneth Pinion. Tom Likas.
So, yeah, I guess for a long time there was in Washington State, bestiality was legal because they were trying to take what's it called? It's early and I'm blanking. You know when it used to be
big juicy horse cock.
No.
Oh, sorry.
That wasn't the term. You know when they had like a bunch of laws on the books.
Sodomy laws?
Yeah, that were like clearly anti-gay. Like that's why they were there.
The sodomy laws.
Yeah.
You can't. Even in the privacy of your own house, you can't like fuck ass. Right? Yeah.
Right. So when they were taking a lot of those laws off the books, to my understanding, in Washington, the bestiality was part of that law.
Sure.
So when they took that law off the books, they kind of accidentally took bestiality against the law off the books. They
scraped one too many barnacles off the bottom of the boat. Yeah.
Exactly. So then all the zoophiles.
Jeez, yeah.
They find out that Washington is the place to be.
Yeah, of course it is. You're going to go out there, let's eat some cow pussy.
That's what they thought.
Would that be fun if you could just say it? Hey, if cops stop you, where are you going? I'm going to this farm. I'm going to eat a little cow pussy. You're going to what? Hey, check the books. It's legal.
Hey, man. It's America. This is the land of the free here in Washington.
If I want to double knuckle a sheep and then clean my fingers, I'm allowed to do that.
It's America.
This is America, buddy.
Yeah. And so, there would be these underground zoophile communities on the internet that would figure out, and very rarely they would figure out where they could come together as humans, like in real life, and go no, we're all having a big meetup, and they would find these farms they could go to, and they had favorite horses, and they had favorite cows, and they had there was one lunatic who wanted to let a cow have sex with him and then eat the cow, like a bull.
Oh.
Just weird.
He couldn't. How could a cow have sex with him though? A cow has a vagina.
A bull.
Oh, a bull, and then eat the bull.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, just weird. You never did that?
No.
Oh, okay, all right. It's just weird.
I was doing a gig one time in Washington State. I think it was in Seattle, and I did a bit about this Boeing engineer who was, I did this long
Mr. Hands.
Mr. Hands campaign. And there was somebody in the audience, and he was, and I'm like, what? And he was talking, the girl he was with she worked at that farm, not in a sexual capacity, but doing something. And I thought they were joking at first, but she seemed very embarrassed by it. And she was in some administrative weird job in this place that they would go to. And she was not very keen on talking, but she was at the show.
That's amazing.
Yeah, it was great.
A little piece of history right there.
Little piece of history. I should have taken a picture with her.
So
the secretary in Horsefuck Farm.
Yeah, she knew the horse.
Yeah, I would love to meet that horse.
Yeah.
I would just pat him and go, good boy.
Yeah.
You did what you should have done.
So, Mr. Hands is up there, and he wasn't, like, necessarily a vet, the way some of the other, not a veterinarian, a veteran at this stuff.
Right.
Like, he hadn't done it as much as some of the other fellas had. But, he goes up to Washington, has sex with some horses, and then this one horse, he can't handle it. And the horse, as you know, Jim, I don't know if you know, Mike, the intern, perforated his colon.
Yeah.
Just ripped him to shreds. It's a big horse, and Mr. Hands
big juicy horse cock. It's a big juicy horse cock. Just say it.
No, that's what it is. Yeah.
Am I lying?
I can't sue this guy for slander. I'll tell you that right now.
Yeah, it's no big deal. Just say it. That's what happened because his body's not used to taking
what?
A big juicy horse cock.
So he's like, he doesn't want to go to the hospital afterwards.
Fucking idiot.
Yeah. Have you seen the video?
No.
Oh, well, I think Mr. Hand, we should show him.
If you can find it.
It's not very graphic. And by the way, I don't fault Kenneth. Well,
Okay.
I fault the other guy.
So he doesn't go to the hospital at first.
It's not in there.
Yeah, no, just the intro's in there. There's no way. You can't put it on YouTube.
Oh. No. And by the way,
it's bestiality.
You have to just find it on the internet. It's around. I've watched it recently.
You have recently?
Well, let's just say another podcast I was a part of wanted to explain what it was.
I got you.
Damn it.
Can I find that in Google?
Yes.
They have bestiality in Google?
Mr. Hands. Just say Mr. Hands. You'll find it.
Come on, Troy. Come on.
It's fun to watch somebody pretend they don't know how to search for
something. It's no big deal, right?
Yeah.
Mr. Hands fucking horse?
Well, what did he have inside him? What was it?
No, Mr. Hands is neither Mr. Hands is not the horse and it's not the other guy.
What's the guy's nickname?
It's Mr. Hands.
Yeah.
Is the guy who's holding the horse dick, who lets it slip. Who, by the way, does not do his job properly. His job is to act as a kind of a stopper, an O-ring stopper to the big juicy horse cock, and he doesn't do it. He just lets it go, and that's why the horse buries his dick inside a Kenny pin. Is that he fucking the guy was supposed to keep his hand there to stop the horse from doing that,
right?
And I guess he got caught up. That's Mr. Hands. His hands there, guiding the horse penis.
That's why he's Mr. Hands.
Of course, the unsung hero.
The horse
video.
What?
Big juicy horse cock.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
So
heavy.
So he doesn't go to the hospital because he doesn't want to blow it for everybody. But after a few hours, it's like, dude, you're not going to be able to walk this off. And a couple of the other guys bring him to the hospital.
Yeah.
But they just drop him off.
Of course.
Like they're like, hey, can you check out our friend? And they run and get the doctor, and then those guys bounce out. Like we're like,
literally, you should have got a ride from the horse that did the damage.
But by the time, they get him into an emergency room, he's dead.
Oh, man.
So
Perforated colon. Was it sepsis or something he died of?
Something like that.
I forget what he actually died of, but it was something from all the fecal matter getting into his blood. I've never seen his face. It's him?
Yeah, that's him.
Yeah, normal-looking guy. Looks like Harry Hamlin or one of those, handsome actors from the, 86.
See, but look at the headline. The headline has him as Mr. Hands. Mr. Hands, who died after having sex with a stallion horse. Your story makes sense. I'm not arguing it. But every person that I've ever heard explain the story has Kenny P as Mr. Hands.
Of course they do, because they always go for the easy headline, but they don't look at the true star. It's almost like when you're talking about a film.
Yeah.
Most people don't talk about the director of photography,
right?
But they'll praise Kubrick or Tarantino, but they don't praise the director of photography. Right. So I think that's kind of, this guy is not getting the praise he deserves.
Mr. Hands,
the man with the hands,
right?
Yeah, we got to find the video itself, and it does exist.
It does exist.
Oh,
I mean, it does exist. But so I'm watching this, and apparently, a lot of the zoophile community got real mad at Kenny Pins, because they thought the reason that all this happened was because he's a rookie and can't take it. Like, this wasn't the first time that I love that you went to DuckDuckGo.
You don't have to go to DuckDuckGo.
It's the only way to get around it, right?
Oh, maybe.
Well,
you can't Google horse fucking.
Yeah, you can.
Mr. Hands.
Sure, Mr. Hands is legendary.
It's a classic internet video.
Yeah, it's a wonderful life.
It is. It is. Yeah, it's the equestrian version.
Let me try DuckDuckGo.
And you could tell the guy, Mr. Hands, is so impressed with the amount of dick that's YouTube. It's not going to be on there. The amount of dick that the horse is able to give this man.
Yes.
And Mr. Hands, Riley moved his hands aside.
Was he wry?
Very
about it?
wry fashion.
But yes, they got real mad at Kenny Pins.
Yeah.
Because he blew the party for everybody. Yeah. So after this story got so much notoriety, that's when they were like, Washington was like, you know what? Let me put these bestiality laws back on the books.
I still don't think that should be illegal. Like
bestiality?
Fucking a small animal, like where you're a bully, should be. But if you want a horse to stick his dick in you, you're not hurting the horse. The horse probably loves it. That horse is probably a legend.
Which is interesting
to other horses.
That's where. So they tried to arrest the person who was organizing all this on something.
That's the guy that killed the engineer. What?
Yeah, they had to neuter or whatever the horse.
Why?
Because they were afraid that people would sneak into wherever the horse was to get fucked by the legendary...
That big juicy horse cock. Yeah, it's understandable.
That's what they were looking for.
Yeah, of course.
So, yes, they were trying to get the guy who organized it on something, on a crime. They're like, we got to put this guy in jail. They're like, well, there's no bestiality laws on the books, so we can't do that. And then they tried to get animal cruelty charges. And apparently there was no evidence of the animals not enjoying it.
The horse was having, how do I say this, a ball. He was having the time of his life. That's like pulling somebody out of a New Year's Eve party as they're drinking and holding their beverage in the air and going, well, I'm sorry that the host is treating you so cruelly. You know, you're not understanding this.
So all they could do was get him on trespassing because he didn't own the farm. It was this lady worked on the farm, but it wasn't his farm.
Oh.
So they got the guy on trespassing, but it was like a year suspended sentence.
Who
or
is
something
that guy?
Like that. The guy who was organizing all of it? Oh, he talks about him.
Come meet Seabiscuit.
Yeah, he's got a mugshot and everything because he got arrested for bestiality down the road again.
Oh, I'm sure.
Yeah,
I mean, he's around it all the time. How do you resist?
Yeah, no, I get that.
Big juicy horse cock just hanging there.
Oh, yeah.
Smells like the barn.
Yeah, no, I see.
It's got hay in it.
But so the theory that Wang presented was that the Mr. Hands video itself is not the death video. That's not the incident that killed this guy. He thinks that it is the guy. It is Kenny Pins.
Right.
But he thinks it was an earlier incident because at what point would they upload the video? Okay.
Oh, I
see what I'm saying?
Why would they? Because he died?
Right, and they're trying to
yeah, but
it's low res. You can't really tell. Kenny Pins he wasn't a veteran, but he wasn't a first timer either.
No, but that horse. The reason I think that maybe is because the amount of dick that horse put in that guy. It just makes sense that it killed him. Like Mr. Hands,
there was so much
juicy horse cock.
Gotcha.
Mr. Hands did not do a good job, and I hope he was fired from his
position.
Yes, position as. Understandable. He did provide the fun.
BJHC handler?
Yeah.
The BJHC handler?
Mike's trying to help Troy navigate this. You trying to help him navigate it?
Yeah, I found it.
You found? See,
Mike
Mike
knows. Intern Mike knows.
Intern Mike knows where it is.
He knows exactly
where
to go.
He has to do the fake search for a few minutes, but he knows.
Intern Mike just had to take a second to log into his own personal account so he could get
of course.
The bookmark.
Just go down history.
Yeah.
There it is. Look at this. This is a classic. See, now you can see the guy with the watch the guy with the
That's quick, dude.
Yeah, look at Mr. Haley. He's holding his hands there. Unsung hero's job is the O-ring. The horse is putting its big juicy penis in this little tiny hiney. And look he's holding it. There you go. Hey, settle down there and watch. Oh. He moves his see, the horse is all there's a little bit of whoops-a-daisy.
Oopsie-daisy.
Look at that.
Okay.
Yeah. And he just watches it happen.
I'm not watching. It's.
I mean that.
And look at the horse. There's the evidence. There's the evidence that we're having a great old time.
What are we thinking, Montone? You just.
The horse's dick is the length of the victim's femur.
That's why I think it was the real video because.
Well, there's not that many horses. There's not like a lot of small penised horses.
That's a great point. Yeah, you don't see a lot of tiny cocked horses.
Yeah, I would imagine that there are many in the zoophile community that have had sex with horses that an individual like you or I would say, no, this would kill him. This would kill an
horse
with
a 6-inch dick will never get any extra oats for Christmas.
That's right. They say that's an old saying.
Have you never seen that before?
No, I'm not. I don't watch it. I'm aware of it.
I mean, yeah,
I know what it is.
It's disturbing, especially when you hear it. He goes, "Ugh."
Yeah. No, I'm very familiar with the legacy and the lore, the tale.
Yeah.
But I'm not going to watch the.
Yeah, it's there.
No, I'm aware that it's there. Sure.
Did you see Mr. Hands holding it though? Did you see the O-ring? And he didn't do his job.
Mr. Hands
didn't do his job.
Dude, I bet he didn't even take responsibility for that.
No, and he should have. I hope that guy got his money back at least towards funeral expenses.
Kenny Pence?
Yeah.
Well, yeah, he was also apparently he was a divorced guy with a couple kids that he was building a barn that he wanted to.
Oh, it's just.
Yeah.
Can you imagine that?